Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Prelims series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy. So today let's discuss the topics of 3rd of December 2025. First, we are going to discuss about the Sanchar Sati, and second about the GLP-1 drugs, and third about the Arihant class SSBNS. That means the nuclear-powered ballistic submarines. And finally, South American country mapping, that is of Brazil. So starting with our first topic, that is Sanchar Sati. So why we are discussing, see, the Sanchar Sati is a app, right? As you have already know that on December 1st, a government of India have issued a directive that every manufacturer of the smartphone or importer also have to pre-install this Sanchar Sati app on their mobiles. So regarding this directive from the Union government of pre-installation, it was faced backlash from the opposition as well as the digital rights activist. So now the government or the minister has said the app will come pre-installed, but if you want to delete it, you can delete it, or if you want to do not log into that app, it's your wish. So this is the context. Now let us discuss what is this Sanchar Sati. So it is a citizen-friendly app and it is developed or designed by the Department of the Telecommunications. So what is the aim of this Sanchar Sati app? It will protect the telecom users from the fraud, identity misuse and the mobile theft also. So how it will protect from all these issues? We'll see by learning about the features of the Sanchar Sati app. So it will check whether a mobile phone is genuinely using his or her IMEI number, right? It will check whether the mobile phone user is genuinely using the IMEI number. And next, it will help in reporting the lost or the stolen phones as well as blocking them. And next, it will check all the mobile numbers linked to the identity by tracing the IMEI numbers. And next, it will report the fraud calls, scam messages, or the suspicious communications, whatever is happening on that mobile. And next, it will view the trusted customer care numbers of banks and financial institutions, and it will report whether if there is any scam or fraud is coming. It will alert, the Sanchar Sati app will alert the users in advance by saying that no, this is a fake or the scam app, so don't call, like that. It will give the warnings and the alerts, right? So in order to ensure all these, and in order to prevent the digital arrest and the cyber crimes, the government has come up with this directive to pre-install the Sanchar Sati app on this mobile phones or the smartphones. But now, why the opposition is concerned? See, the pre-installation of this app means it is permanent in the devices, right? So it will have access to all the data of that user, so that that data can be used as a surveillance check by the union government, right? As it was done in the case of the Pegasus software. So that is the concern the opposition parties as well as the digital rights activists are concerning about this directive. Now coming to a second topic, that is the GLP-1 drugs. So why we are discussing this right now? See, to address the growing challenge of the obesity, which affects more than 1 billion people. See, this obesity affects more than 1 billion people. So in order to address this challenge, World Health Organization has approved or released the guidelines for using these GLP drugs to treat obesity as well as the weight loss. So we'll see about what are these GLP-1 drugs. So GLP-1 stands for the glucagon-like peptide-1 receptor agonist. And what these drugs will do, see, these drugs will mimic the natural GLP-1 hormone, which is a gut hormone. So this gut hormone will regulate the blood sugar and appetite in the body. It is a natural hormone which is present in every human's gut. And how it will regulate, see, this gut hormone will ensure the glucose control. How? By stimulating the glucose dependent insulin release. It will release the insulin and thereby reducing the secretion of the glucogen. And next, after with the reduction of this secretion of this glucogen, it will slowly empty the gastric gas in the stomach and eventually enhance the satiety. That means it will fill up the stomach. So in total, by releasing this insulin and reducing the glucogen secretion, this GLP-1 drug will give a signal to the brain that yes, now your stomach is filled, so there is no need to eat now. Your stomach feels full and there is no and the person feels no need of eating. So that is the this GLP-1 drug will do, and thereby enhancing the reduction in the food intake and reducing the obesity as well as the weight loss. And this GLP-1 drug initially used for managing the type 2 diabetes. And now it is also after so many trials, it approved, the WHO has approved for treating the obesity as well as the weight loss. And these GLP-1 drugs are used as a long-term treatment option for adults. Remember, for adults with obesity. Obesity means whose body mass index is more than or equal to 30. And these GLP-1 drugs are not recommended for pregnant women because the trials have not been conducted for treating obesity in the pregnant women. So these are not recommended. As of now, these are not recommended for the pregnant women. And this GLP-1 drugs comes with the side effects along with treating the obesity and the weight loss. It has some side effects. Those are, see, initially it will cause the nausea, vomiting sensation, constipation, and the diarrhea. Once the body starts adjusting to this GLP-1 drugs, these symptoms will not occur. And along with these symptoms, there are also other gastrointestinal problems will also occur like biliary disease, acute pancreatitis, bowel obstruction, and the gastroparesis. So these are the side effects of using these GLP-1 drugs. See here, the WHO also recommends, along with the using these GLP-1 drugs, focus on your lifestyle by taking the nutrition content food and reducing the fat foods like that also. Now moving to a third topic, that is the Arihant class SSBNs. SSBNs means nuclear powered ballistic missile submarine. So why we are discussing this topic right now? The chief of the naval staff Admiral Ashok told that India will commission its third nuclear submarine soon as it is in the final stages of the trials. That is the INS Ari Dhaman. So we have this Arihant class submarines, and now the chief of the naval staff admiral has told that we will have the third Arihant class submarine as it is in the final stages of completing the trials. So let's see what are these Arihant class nuclear powered ballistic missile submarines. See, these are the India's first indigenously built, designed and developed by India only. First, nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. It is powered by the nuclear power. And remember, these are the ballistic missile submarines. And these are developed under the Advanced Technology Vessel Project. Remember, Advanced Technology Vessel Project. And these Arihant class submarines are also classified as the strategic strike nuclear submarines by India. And with the introduction of these Arihant class submarines in India, India became the sixth country to operate this nuclear powered ballistic missile submarines after the P5 nations, that is Russia, China, France, and the UK. So what is the significance of having this Arihant class submarine? See, it will provide the second strike capability, which is suitable or crucial for the deterrence, for deterring any enemy threat. And these can stay underwater for months as these are the submarines. Their main function is staying underwater for months, right? And making them virtually undetectable. They can stay underwater for months and they can be undetectable also. And these will ensure the assured retaliation even if the land-based or the air-based nuclear assets are compromised. So if the land-based or the air-based nuclear assets are compromised, different class nuclear-powered ballistic submarines will come into play. We have these three vessels, right? Let's see what are these Arihant class key vessels. First is the INS Arihant. It was commissioned in 2016 and it is the first operational nuclear-powered ballistic submarine. And second is the INS Arighat, which was commissioned in the August 2024. It have the improved stealth sensors and the missile capability. And next is the INS Aridman, and it is expected to be commissioned on in 2026 to 2027. See, this INS Aridaman will carry the longer range of the K4 submarine launched ballistic missile. K4 means it has a lot of tons. K4, more weight. So these are the three Arihant class key vessels: INS Arihant, INS Arigat, and INS Aridaman. And remember, these are the nuclear-powered ballistic submarines. Coming to a final topic, that is Brazil. So let's see about the Brazil of South America. Here you can see this is the Brazil in South America, and it is the largest country in South America, and it is the fifth largest country by area overall the world. What are the other four? First is the Russia, then Canada, China, US, and fifth is the Brazil, and also the seventh largest country by population. And say this is the only American country where Portuguese is the official language. And coming to the borders of this Brazil, see here you can see it shares border with every South American country except two countries, that is the Ecuador and the Chile. These are not connected to the Brazil. But see, otherwise all other countries shares borders with the Brazil. Here it is Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, Bolivia. Here it is Peru. Here it is Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, French Guyana. Right? All other countries except Ecuador and Chile shares border with this Brazil. And see, it is the only country in the world that has the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn running through it. In yesterday's class, we already discussed equator and the Tropic of Capricorn runs through this Brazil, or Brazil runs through both equator and the Tropic of Capricorn. And it has the 4 time zones. Its capital is obviously Brasilia, and it is home to the world's largest tropical rainforest, that is Amazon. And it is also drained by the world's largest river system, that is the Amazon basin. And coming to the major river systems of this Brazil, that is the Amazon River, San Francisco River system, and also the Paraná, Paraguay, Uruguay system. So that's all for today. Thank you.